Hey guys, and thanks for tuning into TradeChat. My name is Panzer, and today I'm going to be talking about patch 4.1, some of what's happening and when it's coming. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you do, remember to rate it thumbs up. So, good news is that tomorrow, April 26th, we can expect patch 4.1 to go live. Really excited about this. This patch is bringing a lot of welcome changes. Once patch 4.1 goes live, you'll be able to purchase conquest points for valor points and honor points for justice points, as well as dead players. Even if they've released, you'll be able to res them just by targeting their unit frames, so no more corpse hunting. When you target someone, the position of your target will be shown on your minimap, which will be super helpful for questing. Also, they're adding some new fishing and cooking dailies to some Horde and Alliance cities. There's new archaeology rewards, including an epic 359 tanking shield and some non-combat fluff pets. There's a huge change that's coming that's really going to be affecting almost every single class in the game, and it's that all non-damaging interrupts that are off of the global cooldown will now always hit the target. This includes Pummel Kick, Rebuke, Mind Freeze, Skull Bash, Counterspell, Wind Shear, Solar Beam, Silencing Shot, and all pet-related abilities. So yeah, that's huge. That's going to be really big for tanks. It's going to be huge. It's a really big, awesome change. I think a lot of people will really be looking forward to that. Another big change that's going on in this patch is that there are several AoE abilities that have been given different animations, whether they are friendly or cast by an enemy. One example is the Mage's Wall of Frost, I think it's called. When it's going to be cast by an enemy, as a rule of thumb, the new animation, if it is an enemy spell, it'll have like a red tint to it, kind of warning you of incoming danger. That's a good change because there are some AoE abilities that you don't know if you're running through your partners or if you're running through the enemies, especially when you get into like PvP, big battlegrounds and stuff. So that's a very welcome change for me. Probably the most exciting news for this patch is the addition of the two new, even though they're actually just revamped, 85 5-man heroic instances, Zulaman and Zul'Garub. These instances are in a separate tier above the current 85 heroics, and they do have a minimum eye level of 346 in order to queue up for them, or even get in them. Even if you ran to them, you can't get in if you don't have an average eye level of 346. These instances will drop epic 353 gear as well as some rare mounts and fluff pets. Really looking forward to that. Also, a new mount being added is the Blizzard Storm mount, the Winged Guardian, which is the lion with the big majestic wings. Really excited about that. Way cooler than the Celestial Steed. Another really cool mount that they're adding in this patch is the Reigns of Poseidus. The Reigns of Poseidus drop in Vashj'ir, and if you do happen to get this mount, it goes 270% in Vashj'ir and 108 in all other places. By all other places, I mean water only. You obviously can't like fly around as a seahorse, although that would be cool. Blizzard also added some new 359 epic BOE items to elite rare spawns in Cataclysm mobs. Also with patch 4.1, there's been some changes made to the Dungeon Finder. With this patch, the Dungeon Finder will try to avoid putting gear competition in the same group. They also changed the way that you get bonus valor points for doing randoms. Currently, as in like before April 26th, you got one random heroic per day and you got 70 valor points for completing your random heroic per day. Well, rather than doing it daily, it's now been put on a weekly, so you have 7 per week, so you can do all 7 in one day or you can do 1 per day, however you want. You still get 70 valor points per random heroic completion for the first 7 random heroics. But what's cool is since they added these Zandralari, I probably said that wrong. Since they added the Zandralari heroics, which are in a different tier, you actually get 140 valor points for completing a random in that tier. So that means that you can get a possible 980 valor points per week just by doing random heroics. And since there's a cap on at 1250, they're really starting to pump out that lower tier gear to make room for the new raids that will be added in patch 4.2. With the changes that are coming to Valor points, they have added at the top of the looking for group system, there's a little bar that keeps track of how many Valor points you've gotten each week so that you know when you've reached the cap. Another really cool change that was added into the Dungeon Finder is the call to arms system. What this does is the least represented role in queue has a little icon, and if that is you and you queue up, you can't queue up in a group, you have to solo queue. You solo queue as the role needed. And when you complete your heroic, you get a satchel of exotic mysteries, which contains gold and a chance at a flask or a potion or a pet or a mount or a gem. The mounts are going to be different mounts that can be obtained from different instances, like the set that calls Bird and the white hawk strider, and the drop rate in the satchels is the same as if you were actually fighting the boss. So it's not like they're handing them out, but they are kind of giving a little more incentive for the roles that are needed more to queue up to reduce everybody's wait time in queue. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. There is no limit on how many times you can do the call to arms. You can queue up over and over and over again and get as many satchels as you want, as long as you meet all the criteria. Another really cool thing that they added in patch 4.1 was a guild finder system, which is basically a really primitive guild app that's built in-game. It asks you things about your playstyle, your availability, your role, and then it has like a space for additional comments. And then once the survey part is complete, your application is made available to guilds, and guilds that have a similar play style, a similar availability to you, show up for you. So a guild can then request you to be in their guild, or you can request to be in a guild. Seems pretty cool. I have a few ungilded characters on some random servers, so I'll definitely be giving that system out a try. Another really cool thing that was added for guilds in patch 4.1 is guild challenges. These are weekly challenges that when completed by a guild group will award guild experience, achievements, and gold. The gold is deposited directly to the guild bank. Level cap guilds will receive substantially more gold since they won't get any experience. And the guild challenges are broken up into 3 categories: dungeon raids and rated BGs, and you'll only have a certain amount of times per week that a group in your guild can complete these challenges. And then once you complete the challenge, you unlock a new challenge. They've also added 2 new account-bound guild tabards that give a bonus to the rate at which you acquire guild experience. Also, with the guild experience, players now get guild experience for getting honorable kills and winning BGs up to level 80, and for winning arena when the arena team entirely is consistent of guildies. Another thing is they added some tanking level up gear, as I like to call it. Oh my gosh, this patch is enormous. I wanted to do a video on the class changes specifically, but it's too much. So when I like put all the notes in Microsoft Word, because I like putting notes out so that, you know, I stay on track and I remember everything. When I put the notes out, they were 6 pages long in size 10 font. So yeah, that's not happening. So if you want to check out the class changes, there's a link in the description below. I also did a couple videos previously on patch 4.1, so if you missed those, check those out right here. In the meantime, I am curious, are you looking forward to the changes in patch 4.1? There are a lot of changes that I am specifically looking forward to. I'm so excited about the return of ZA and the mounts with it. I'm really excited about all the fluff pets. I'm really excited about the winged guardian. I'm really excited about some of the hunter changes they made, which I didn't really talk about, but I'm also excited about some of the bear druid changes they made. There's a lot that I'm really looking forward to in this patch, and to be honest, since Cataclysm launched, my interest in WoW really steeply declined, because I've been playing this game for a really long time, and I felt like a lot of the changes in Cataclysm were geared towards players who haven't been playing the game a long time. They revamped the starting zones, but I already had a character of every single class that was like at least 50, so I didn't see much of a point of going back and looking at all those zones over again. And I've never been one who's been a hardcore raider. I don't know, this expansion just hasn't quite captivated me the way the other ones have, and I think that this patch is going to kind of get me back into WoW the way I used to be into WoW. So I'm really, really looking forward to this patch. But I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below, or leave me a video response. While you're thinking about that, check out today's screenshot of the day. And if you want to submit a TradeChat screenshot for the screenshot of the day, check out the link in the underbar below to visit my Facebook page and upload it to my wall. And your screenshot may appear here next week. And it looks like that's my cue, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.